It's the only explanation to the question at hand. Like years of pain gone away in a single day. There's nothing that compares to the way you make me feel inside. And I'm so glad you're mine. Oh, oh, Prince Charming, my angel, my king, and my friend, my love, my one. He is the beat of my heart, the kiss on my lips, my love, my one. He is. Ah!
Yippee-ki-yo, working like 3 jobs, ready for a vacate. Like it when we touch down, like it when we spontaneous. So I work as hard as I play. Now, I'm trying to see you in the moonlight, so you can meet me by the poolside. I know you're looking for a good time, yeah. But listen, baby, you just show. Cause this is not a drill, this is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, I'm saying it maybe. We could take off and then land on a jet ski. Baby, I hold you tight. Top shelf with the dash, show you right.
Welcome to the channel, everyone. This is your boy DZ Music, and this is my channel, DZ Music, where music equals life. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much and welcome back. If you are a new viewer, we want to say welcome. On this channel, we talk all things music, not just music in general, but we talk about albums. We talk about a full project produced, written, and put out to the masses by an artist. So if you love music, if you like diving into tracks and listening to track by track and hearing how cohesive an album is, how well it fits together, what works, what doesn't work, what should have been left on the cutting room floor, this is the place to be. We also talk a little bit about life in the beginning, and I always say, how's everybody doing? How's life treating you? We know everything is crazy right now in the world, but it's important to keep your head up, stay positive, keep your mental health good, go out. It's summer right now, it's hot, get into some sun, go to the beach, do something for you. And hey, doing this is something I'm doing for me because I enjoy it and I love it, and I hope you do too. So, without further ado, let's get into today's album. So, before we get started, make sure that you go back and watch my last video, my latest video, which was we went over and we dived into the album by Miss Jennifer Hudson, I Remember Me. That was such a great video, and I think the message of that video and of the album you will enjoy very much. So make sure you go back and click the link and watch that video right after this one. Keep the party going, why not? So today's video and artist and album is brought to you by the letter B. And it is none other the letter B for the artist Brandy. Now, Brandy has a special place in my heart, and not only my heart, I know she does in a lot of you guys' heart, because Brandy is just that girl. I mean, no, no, did he? Is that what? I'm old. I don't know. Anyway, but Brandy is that girl. She's been that girl. She is that girl. She will forever be that girl. And the album we are going on today we will be talking about, is her third album, which is Full Moon. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Like, Sean, what about her two other albums before this? Self-titled Brandy, where we got I wanna be down with what you're going through, and if I'll never be without you from the beginning till the end. And then we had lonely, broken hearted. It's not over. I can start again. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Okay, and then like, her sophomore album, titled "Never Say Never," and we all know. Have you ever loved somebody so much you can't sleep at night? I don't, it makes you want to cry. I can't remember the lyrics right now. We remember that. Remember, almost doesn't count. Remember, sitting on top of the world, sitting on. And of course, her debut, her duet with Monica, which was a huge hit that was on top of the charts forever, and won her Monica and Brandy their first ever Grammy. The Boy's Mine. The boy is mine. I know what you're saying. But hear me out. All of Brandy's albums, I will be honest with you, are masterpieces. This one in particular, Full Moon, just sticks out as as one of her best albums. Let's just be honest. It really is one of her best albums. Now, don't get me wrong. Her self-titled debut album is good. Her is really good. Never Say Never was just massive, massive. So good. Still listen to it to this day. And I listen to a lot of the lesser known tracks on that album a lot too. And then we get Full Moon. And why Full Moon is such important, why we're going over it today, is because back in the 90s, Brandy was the it girl. No shade. But she was everywhere. She was in TV, she was in commercials, she was doing movies. And she had the show Moesha, which was huge. And then in the midst of that, I like that she didn't forget about the music. She released Never Say Never, which was in 1998. But from 1998 to 2002, there was a big gap for Brandy. It's like 4 years that we didn't have an album. So even though this was her third album, it kind of felt like her sophomore album all over again, because she had a lot to prove and the landscape of music had changed so drastically. It was more into pop. And that's why you see in the thumbnail on this video, you see where pop meets R&B. They killed this album. It is so good. From the title of the album to the artwork on the album to even Brandy's sound. And we'll get into her sound a little bit later. But without further ado, let's dive into the first track on the album, Full Moon by Brandy. So, the first track on the album, here it is, Full Moon by Brandy, we have is an intro, and it is the B-Rock intro. Now, I'm not, intros, like, if you've watched my previous videos, you know, like, I have a love-hate relationship with intros and interludes, because I just want the music. But with this intro, I think it worked because it kind of was like, the sound was different. You could tell that Brandy was going for a different sound, and it set the stage for the tone of the album with this intro. So it wasn't so much what about, and you can hear her saying what about, which is actually What About Us was the lead single off of this album. So the intro was cool. It was great. It was a great precursor and a great opener to what we could expect on the album. Let's get into the first actual track on the album. Alright, after the intro, first track on the album we have is the title track of the album, which is Full Moon. Now, Full Moon, massive hit. This song catapulted this album to new heights. That's another story. But anyway, Full Moon, such a great track. And what I really loved about Full Moon is that this is 2002 when this came out. We were still in the landscape of pop music, and R&B was exploring pop sound. So a lot of the artists back then were having pop sounds or either hard-hitting R&B tracks. Brandy's came with Full Moon, which was different. It was so different for the time. It was a smooth R&B, mid-tempo track that she just sounded amazing on. Her tone and her sound, and everyone was shocked when she came back out with Full Moon because Brandy sounded different. And you have to remember, like, from her debut album to her second album, Never Say Never, Brandy was still a teenager when those albums came out. So her voice was a lot lighter, even though we loved her tone. But when it came to Full Moon, her octave dropped and it became this deep, kind of baritonish voice. But it was still Brandy and it was light at parts. And everyone, I remember the music, we were all like, wow, how did she do that? How did she get? And you can tell that her voice had matured more, and it was awesome. But Full Moon, such a light, easy, fun dance track. It was just, I can't even, I can't even say dance, but it was such a, it had that great, the bass line was great, the vibe of the song was great. It just had that smooth, vibey, boy, when I, it's just, and she sounds so coy on it. It was such a great track. I ain't even gonna front, I ain't even gonna lie. When I walk up in the club, and they call you my eye. We can dance if you want, get a crane if you like. Must be a full moon. Feel like one of those nights. It is such a great track, and everybody does it. Even on the front, even on the line. Walked up in the club, call you by the act. Such a great track. Full Moon was everywhere. It was a huge single for Brandy, and what a great first actual track on the album. Major hit. So moving on to the next track on the album, we have is I Thought. Now this is where I say this album was such a masterpiece when it came to blending pop and R&B, and this was so smart. If you don't know, Rodney Jenkins is the one who produced this album. You all know him as Dark Child, and he has written and produced for the who's everybody. He's well known, like the producer, especially back in these days. He was the guy to go to when you wanted a hit. Still is to this day. But the way that they were masterful at producing R&B tracks and giving it that pop edge, and then producing pop tracks that were pop tracks, but they weren't overly pop tracked where they were so it was so blatant that they were pop tracks, if that makes sense. I Thought was one of them. And you go from Full Moon, which is this nice, easy, laid-back vibe, very R&B inspired track, and he goes to I Thought, which is really a pop track. From the you claimed you loved me, no you did. You claimed you need, no you didn't. And Rodney and Brandy were great. Were great at exploring that new age sound that was in music at this time. They were the ones who did it right, exploring pop and R&B and that new futuristic sound that everybody was going after in those days. They did it right. I Thought is a great track. It's upbeat, it's fun, it's baby. I thought that we could be, but you made a fool of me, and I cannot believe that. Great track. I loved it. I loved it coming from Full Moon into a full like poppy track on I Thought, and I thought Brandy did a great job on it. Wish I could hold you just for a little while, and then I Wish I could see you right now, but you're so far away. It's driving me crazy. I'm missing you, baby, and the way you touch me. Track number 4 on the album we have is When You Touch Me. Now we go from I Thought, which is a pop track, into When You Touch Me, which is R&B down. And if you know Brandy, Brandy lives in R&B. Like she, especially with her ballads, like she's one of those you can't touch, man. When it comes to her ballads, man, it is crazy how good she is on ballads. And to come from I Thought, again, how the genius of this album was to come from I Thought, you come from Full Moon, I Thought, which is poppy track, and then you go back into R&B, and not just R&B, like good R&B, that wholesome R&B, that good R&B. Wish I could hold you just for a little while. Such a great love song. I love this track. Brandy sounded amazing on this. Her song, her ad-libs. Now is the time to relax your mind. Really miss you, baby. And when you touch me, I can hardly wait till you touch me. Great track, man. It is. And that build up and that bridge, and then them playing, whoever is the male singing on this with her, like, if this was a duet, it would have been amazing. But the guy singing backup on this just kills this. Soon as I see you, baby, I'm gonna ask you for sure. Will you please touch me? Throw it away. Great track. Next on the album we have is Like This. So we come from When You Touch Me, which is quintessentially an R&B love song. It is so great. But you know what? It's great about that song, but it's still PG. And then we move into Like This, which again is an R&B song, which is on production wise a little more laid back, but Brandy's voice steals the show on this. The production is simple on this. It is beautiful. It is nice. It's a mid-tempo song, but like I say, her voice steals the show on this, and especially her lower register when she comes in. I have a question. Can I take over our creation of love? Give me your attention and I'll give you your trust. Let me show you all of me. Inhibitions to me. Rhythms of strength to our love. So follow, baby, carefully, and I will be everything you want in me. You'll see what you've been waiting for. Please touch me like this. Again, we have a love song, a lot shy, a great makeout song. Like This is it is Brandy at her best. But again, her voice, her vocals, that lower register, then going into the chorus, please touch, that shy, that coy way of singing, unmistakably, like, Brandy's so good. Her ad-libs on this are amazing. She just works. It doesn't seem like she's working at singing, if that makes sense. Especially her ad-libs and stuff. Like, artists write down where they're gonna ad lib, when they're gonna put this, and put that. But it doesn't seem like she's doing that. It just seems natural. It seems easy. And Like This, again, is one of those easy, nice love, PG kind of love songs. It is great. I love this track. Moving on to the next track on the album we have is All in Me. Now, again, this is, like I said, how they did such a great job, and why I call this album a masterpiece, is because we go from two tracks that were R&B, Please Touch Me, and then Like This, and then we get back into pop and we get a more up-tempo song on All In Me. This song, the production on this was crazy, and this is one of the songs on this album where it was a perfect blend, and it had both elements of pop and R&B. When it came to the verses, they were more pop in sounding, but when it came to the chorus, which is like my favorite part of this song, it is totally R&B inspired. So I love this track. Um, Lyrically, it's a fun song. It's a fun song. It's singing, but I love the chorus. I have to do a little bit of the chorus. Let me be the one. Let me be the reason you get through the day. Know that I'll make everything okay. Think of me, baby, in any way. I'll be all you need. Let me be the one you turn to when there's pain. Baby, I will take it all away. Hide in me, I'll be a secret place, 'cause it's all in me. Like, it's a pop song. And you could hear, like, I could hear any number of the major pop artists who were out during this time singing this song. And for it to be done by Brandy is like insane. Great track, All In Me. And so great to break it up from coming from R&B to R&B tracks into a great, fun, upbeat song like All In Me. Next track on the album we have is Apart. Now, they are doing such a great job of blending pop and R&B on this album that it flows and it works so well. So we come from All In Me now to Apart, which again goes into R&B, and it is like a mid-tempo R&B song. Full transparency with this song, this was not one of my favorite songs on the album, but this is one of those that had to grow on me, and Apart grew on me. I loved it grew on me to the point where I started to love this song. I thought it was a great song. Brandy does a great job on it. I will say that you could tell on this album, on certain tracks, Apart being one of them, that there was this intentional notion to sing kind of robotic, like not robotic, kind of like symbiotic, kind of AI kind of sound that she was singing, and that's what you could hear when you hear Apart. And I thought it was genius. I thought it was unique. It was different because it was, instead of looking musically looking for a sound that sounded new age and sounded futuristic, why not do it vocally? And that's what Brandy accomplished with this song, Apart. That was why it grew on me, because I started listening to it, listening to how she sung certain lyrics and how she moved through the song, and that's why I love Apart. So Apart is a great track to listen to. I love the message of the song. I mean, it's just saying, maybe we are better apart. I never loved you anymore, so maybe we are better off apart. Great track. Moving into the next track on the album we have is Can We? And now we go back into that pop sounding um, um, genre again on the album. Now, Can We is a mid tempo track, but it is futuristic for this time. Rodney Jenkins was exploring with these sounds, and he, like I said, he is one of the people who got it right. Every artist in this time back in the early 2000s, and this album was released in 2000, who was exploring with futuristic Y2K new millennia kind of sound when it came to music. But Rodney did it right. He used simple, I don't even know, but it sounds like he used simple instruments and everyday sounds to make something genius, and that's what he did on Can We. I love the lyrics on this. I love how she sang. I like how she broke up, how the lyrics were kind of broken up as she sung it. Great sound. You can hear that futuristic kind of sound on Can We. The lyric wise, let me tell you about truth. I might not have, or I might not be who you want me true. I might not have all the money true, but you cannot say that my love ain't true. Cause you know it's all about you, true. Sometimes I trip and be bugging, true. Then turn around and won't love and true. So understand me when I say that true. My feelings are all about you, baby. You know, can we? No, it's sorry. It's baby. I thought that we could be. It's very melodic. It's very broken up, but it works great. The song is amazing. It was one of my go-to on it just because of the futuristic sound. I loved how it sound. It was so different for the time. Like, I mean, honestly, like a lot of pop artists should have been running to Rodney Jenkins to produce, to produce their albums because he was one of the few artists, especially a black artist, R&B artist, to actually get it right, and he killed this with Brandy. So Can We was great, and Can We goes right into the next single. So let's get into it. So, like I said before, Can We goes right into the next single, and at the end of Can We, it starts to slow down, like really, don't, and it breaks all the way down. The music breaks down, and then it goes into our new single right now, which is What About Us. Now, What About Us was officially the first single off of this album, and it was I remember the video so vividly because it was so futuristic, it was so new age, but it was done right. It was done with style. It was done with R&B, and Brandy looked amazing in it. The song was so different for Brandy, and the sound was so different for her because it sounded like a mashup of different instruments. It sounded like a mashup of different songs, and it was not different songs but different sounds, but it was so different for her singing it that everyone like was everyone was kind of like I wouldn't say everyone was kind of, well, everyone had to pay attention to it because it was so different, and it was pop, but it was done right. It was pop with soul, it was pop with R&B, and it sounded so great. And again, this is one of the songs where you hear that not just the sound, the production sound was so futuristic, but Brandy singing the song sounded futuristic, and she sounded AI. She sounded like robotic, like when she was singing this track, and it worked perfectly. Great track, What About Us. For it to be the lead single off of the album, it was great because the sound was so different. But great job on What About Us. Hope you are enjoying this review of Brandy's Full Moon album. If you are, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and leave a comment in on the comment section. Let me know what you think of this review and this album so far. Now let's get back into the album. Next track on the album we have is Anybody. Now, Anybody, when I heard this track, I have to be honest with you, it sounded like this was produced by God, what was the producer who produced? It sounded like a song Aaliyah should have recorded. It sounded like an Aaliyah's track. It really did. This song is amazing. It's great, but instantly, every time I hear it, I hear Aaliyah. Brandy does a great job on it because it's her track, it's her song. Don't want anybody to know. It is one of those songs that I kind of, I will listen to, but sometimes I will skip over it. Only because I'm trying to get to the next song. It's not no shade to the track because it is great. Every time I listen to it though, I do get Aaliyah on it. Again, Brandy sounds good. Lyrically, it's good. Her ad-libs are good. Her sound is so good on this track, on the whole album. This track, it sounds good. It's one of those, like, it's not my go-to. If I'm just playing the album and I'm not doing anything in particular, I'll let it play. But if I'm trying to get to my other songs, this is one that I would probably skip. But it is a great song. Listen to it because it does give you reminiscence of Aaliyah. Next on the album, we get a ballad, and this is one of the things you listen for to a Brandy album for, is because you want to hear her sing those ballads. This track is called Nothing, and I love how it starts. Nice R&B, kind of midish tempo kind of beat. Oh, 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 oh. Nobody knows that I miss you. Nobody knows that it's the truth. I can feel it. I do. Brandy's register on this song and that lower register is simply amazing. 'Cause I am nothing without you, baby, nothing. It drives me crazy, no, I'm not sure. Nothing without you, nothing without you, baby, nothing. It's driving me crazy, nothing. And I don't care what they say about you. No, they can't do it here without you. No, they can't do nothing about me. They don't know, but they can't see I am. Great, great track. But I have to say, my favorite part of this song and the gem of this song, and the part that I had to like go back and rewind, because back when this originally came out, I had the CD, was the ending part when it's when she says, "Need you in my life, I need you in my life right now. Need you in my life, I need you in my life right now. Don't you leave me, baby, baby, don't you leave me, never leave me, never leave me. Need you in my life, I need you in my life right now. Need you in my life, I need you in my life right now. Don't you leave me, baby, baby, don't you leave me, never leave me, never leave me." Ah, lyrically, just crazy. The ad-libs, the way they put this together, nothing. I don't know. I don't know if it was just Atlantic Records or it was just her production when she got in the studio, but they were not playing when it came to Brandy and her songs. They knew what they had vocally and they took full advantage of it. Nothing is an example, is no exception. Great, great ballad. Great, great, great ballad, man. Great ballad. Great ballad. Great ballad. Don't know what that was. So we moving right along. We move into the next track on the album, which is It's Not Worth It. So coming from the ballad Nothing, we go back into pop. Here we go again. Rodney Jenkins doing his thing. So It's Not Worth It was officially like the second single off of the album. This is what happened though. So the first single, like I said, was What About Us, what we went through already. And then this was officially the second single off of the album, It's Not Worth It. And I remember it because they played this. This was second single. They announced it. It was playing on the radio. And guess what happened? Full Moon, the title track of the album, became so popular that they actually shot the video for it and released that as the single, as the follow-up single to What About Us. And then It's Not Worth It just went away. Just was dominated by Full Moon itself. And I remember, I think it was kind of a rush to shoot the video because at this time, Brandy was pregnant and nobody knew she was pregnant, but you could kind of tell in the video for Full Moon. But nevertheless, we say that to say this, it's not worth it. It's a pop track, so we go back out to R&B. We go back to that futuristic sound. Don't tell me you want out of this. Don't say it's time for us to quit. Don't say that I got done in it. Baby, please, cause it's not worth it. That's the chorus of the song. The gem of this song, and what's so great about this song is in the beginning of it, you can hear she's doing like a little spoken word, and then you hear our MJ, you hear Michael Jackson. I can't do that to save my life. Why did I even try? But you hear that in it. It's not worth it. Again, upbeat pop track, was officially the second single, was on the radio momentarily, but Full Moon came in and dominated it, and it went away. Which I'm not mad about. It is a good track, but it isn't noteworthy. It isn't. It's one of those. It feels more. It didn't feel like it should have been a second single. Anyways, it feels like one of those filler track, and I'm okay with it. But great job on it. It was good on the production. It's the only explanation to the question at hand. Like years of pain gone away in a single day. There's nothing that compares to the way you make me feel inside. And I'm so glad you're mine. Oh, Prince Charming, my angel, my king, and my friend, my love, my one. He is the beat of my heart, the kiss on my lips, my love, my one. He is. Next track on the album is He Is. Man. It's one of those songs you just have to stop. You just have to stop and be like, yeah. So, coming from It's Not Worth It, again, a poppy track. So we get into He Is, which is strictly R&B. It is piano. It sounds almost like you're in after hours lounge, hearing jazz, smooth jazz playing, but it's not smooth jazz. It is amazing. This song, Brandy and her lower register. He, the beat of my heart. And like you heard me sing before, it is my sun bright shine, my love, my life. It's just the production, the quality, the lyrics. It is a love song. It is one of those songs you played at weddings. It is one of those love songs you sing you play with your special someone. It just makes you it describes and it embodies everything you would want a lover to be, and just giving them props and bigging them up. He is great track. Brandy, I wanted to just like throw you away when I heard this. I was like, no, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. And as someone who loves lyrics and is so big on ballads and just He is that girl. It's that song. It is just amazing. Great job. And placement of this after a pop track, phenomenal. It's one of those tracks not everybody can do. That's what I love about it. It is strictly Brandy, and it showcases Brandy at her best. Next up on the album, we get another ballad. Back-to-back ballads, but the key difference between this ballad and And well, the last ballad and this ballad, which is come a little bit, this ballad, which is come a little bit closer, come a little closer. The key difference between He Is and Come a Little Closer is that He Is was strictly an R&B track. Come a Little Closer is a pop ballad. You see the genius in this album and why it is a masterpiece? Because Come a Little Bit Closer is one of those songs that any of the pop divas at that time, those who had great voices and who didn't have great voices, could have pulled off. They could have pulled it off, but I don't think they could have pulled it off quite as well as Brandy, especially when it comes to the middle section and that chorus bar. It is just amazing. The way she sings on this too. I know that it's late, and maybe I shouldn't be so into you. It's just that tonight I am so taken and falling for you. When I look in your eyes, I can see a million possibilities. And the song gives you all the feeling of young love and being in love. And come a little bit closer, let me hold you, baby. I will be good to you, then we can try to forget tomorrow and make it last forever tonight. So if you're leaving me now, throw it away. I don't want it. It's a song of my youth. It really is. Soundtrack. It is one of those albums soundtrack of my youth. I mean, I was a young adult and this song came out, and it described everything you want and love and wanting that someone close. Brandy does such a great job of um, putting herself in these songs, just like actors do, like putting themselves in a character. Musically, Brandy does a great job, especially when it comes to her ballads and her love songs and her heartbreak songs. Um, Come a Little Bit Closer, no different. Being a pop song and being able a pop ballad and her pulling it off so beautifully, it's simply amazing. Love this track. So moving on in the album, we come a little bit closer, what is a love song that is describing young love, and we get into another ballad. So 3 ballads back to back. Key difference is we have 3 ballads that sound completely different from each other. We have He Is, which is strictly R&B, that laid back kind of vibe, which is a love song. And then we get to Come a Little Bit Closer, which is a pop ballad, which Brandy sounds amazing on. And now we get into a hard hitting ballad. And this I don't know. I don't know how to describe this one because it isn't R&B. It isn't. It's more just strictly like a ballad, like a ballad you would hear like maybe Celine sing or a Whitney sing or maybe even a Mariah sing. This is strictly a ballad, and it is a sad song, but more of a gut wrenching song, but not being too overly gut wrenching, if that makes sense. And the song "Love Wouldn't Count Me Out." Oh, I believe in us. Tell me, what were you thinking? Why can't we make it? Why would you say those things to me? If you tried to break this, just go ahead and say it. Very symphony driven, very orchestra driven on this song. It used to be that you can't live without me, but now you think you're better without me. So now it's over, and I guess it wasn't true when you said I loved you, 'cause love just wouldn't count me out. That is the chorus of the song. Such a great song. So great with this track that it showcased Brandy's versatility, and it was great, greatly done, greatly produced. The orchestra was great. Brandy sounded amazing on it when it built into the bridge. Wonder why you hurt me. Na 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 na. What would make you wanna leave this way? Wanna say it's over, love taking over. Believe that you never loved me. And you could hear her pouring her heart out in this song. But I guess it wasn't meant to be, 'cause love wouldn't do this to me anymore. It used to be that you can't live. And she just wails on the ending of this song. Love this track and the dramatic ending. Like it was part of, like literally, like if you were at a symphony chord, that big ending on the end. Great track. Love Wouldn't Count Me Out. Love, one of my favorite ballads if I want to go heart wrenching, if I'm feeling it. Great track. So we are coming towards the end of the album, and so we come from "Love Wouldn't Count Me Out," which a heart-wrenching, symphony-driven, sound more like it should have been in an opera song, and then we get back up, we get lighthearted with our next track, which is literally titled "Wow." And "Wow" was such a great song. The placement on this album and the way it was produced and put together was masterful. And I have to say this, with Brandy being gone away from music for 4 years and coming back with this album, Full Moon, she had a lot to live up to, and they knocked it out of the park. Because you come from "Love Wouldn't Count Me Out" and you come into "Wow," which is a mid-tempo kind of R&B but still popish song. And it's, "Love Wouldn't Count Me Out" is talking about love and heartbreak and all that. But then you get to "Wow," which is talking about falling in love again. And "Wow, I never thought I looked so good. Now I'm in a night now. There's no more rainy clouds." So she's come from out of heartbreak. She's found love again, and she's describing how beautiful it is and what the joy of being in love is on "Wow." And it's just amazing. Brandy sounds amazing. This was quintessentially such a great way to come to the end of the album. Now, I will say this about the album, like officially when you had the actual CD on the album, this was the last song on the album. I thought it was beautiful how they ended this album. But on the actual album, there was actually a bonus track on the album, which she sung with her brother Ray J, and the song was, they did a remake of "I Would Die Without You." That was big back in the 90s. I can't remember the group's name back then. Brandy and Ray J killed that. She killed the remake of that. But that is Full Moon, you guys. Full Moon was such a masterful album, and it was such a masterpiece. And that's why I picked it to do it, because it blended pop and R&B so well. Rodney Jenkins has produced so many great artists and so many great songs, so many great singles, so many great albums. But when it came to, if there was like a pinnacle of what his greatest work was, him and Brandy, Full Moon was it. Full Moon is it, because it was such a great album. And being a music lover and appreciating everything about albums and music, and just being blown away, like lyrically being blown away, musically by the production side, the different sound, and how they were able to blend pop and R&B, and with these different tracks and the new age sound, with still holding on to that, not losing the essence of R&B. It was simply amazing. So I love this album. If you've never listened to it, please go back and listen to it. I guarantee you will be a Brandy stan, and you will appreciate her music, her contributions to music even more. Thank you guys so much. If you made it this far to the end of the review of Full Moon by Brandy, pat yourself on the back. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because, whew, but I love it because when I'm talking about music, I can go on and on and on and on and on for days. And this brings me joy. It makes me happy to go through albums that I love and to explore music. So Brandy is one of those artists that I have great respect for. So if you like this album, again, make sure you download it. Make sure you listen to it. Let the artist know. Hit him up. Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and let them know that you are listening to Full Moon by Brandy. If you like this review, not if you like, I know you love this review, make sure you go and give your boy a like, comment, and share. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts of on this album, what you reminisce, what was your favorite track on the album. Also, go ahead and follow me on all my social medias, which is DZMusic84. That will be on Instagram and TikTok. Guys, until next time, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Love you guys so much. Stay positive, stay blessed, and until next time, I will see you in our next review video. Peace.
Yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yay, working like 3 dots, ready for a vacate. Like it when we touch down, like it when we spontaneous. So I work as hard as I play. Now I'm trying to see you in the moonlight, so you can meet me by the poolside. I know you're looking for a good time, yeah. But listen, baby, you the show. This is not a drill, this is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, I'm saying it maybe we could take off and then land on a jet ski. Baby, I'll hold you tight. Top shelf with the dash.